Hi everyone, I'm going to make the presentation about our Transtel nurse call system. Here is to simplify our system configuration. In the normal nurse call system, there are two kinds of the patient room. Patient room 8 have a single bed in the room. This is a nurse call panel. For our nurse call system can work together for the patient. Nurse present is for the nurse, stop call is for the nurse, emergency call is for the patient to increase his service degree to ask the nurse to come here urgently. This is an emergency call. Bed wet and bed exit is automatic device. He can detect the situation about the patient and sending the nurse call signal to the PBX and to the nurse station. The bathroom emergency panel, see this pull call. When the patient have some emergency situation in the bathroom, he can pull the call and calling the nurse on the nurse station or the mobile device. This is smartphone, this is DEC phone, this is a fixed line phone on the nurse station. So all the patient, when they make the nurse call through this device, you see this is a call, then this speaker and mic from here. Here this is what we call the corridor light. It's installed outside the patient room. He will be indicate what kind of the nurse call panel is making from the room. It is a situation when the nurse present or stop call, or the situation is for the patient makes emergency call or bathroom emergency call. Here with the simple LED color indication and flash indication, the people can from the outside of the room can see the situation about the patient room. Another patient room type B is for many beds in one single patient room. For example, here is a bed number 1 and bed number 6. For economic reason, so this 6 bed can sharing one talking device to talk to the nurse on the nurse station or talk to the nurse holding the smartphone or DEC phone. Or, of course, you can install the fully equipped equipment for each bed, or only one NCD device for each bed. For each bed, they have their own talking device. They have their own capability to talk directly with the nurse. This is the asset control device. I'm going to describe more detail in our asset control presentation. The PBX, we have larger PBX for a lot of patient room, or small PBX for the small patient room situation. This is a LED display panel usually installed in a corridor. It's directly controlled by PBX. Blue bar directly linked with our PBX. He can store all the nurse call record. For example, when the patient or nurse making the nurse call to the nurse, to the smartphone, to the DEC phone, he can record all the information. And also when the nurse answers the call and when the nurse go to the patient room to offer their service to the patient, and after that press this cancel button, just like in airplane, the flight attendant go to the guest, and after that make the service and press this cancel button. So all the information is recorded in our blue box. Additionally, usually some of the hospitals, they have for the nurse car, they have the small PC on the nurse car. So after the nurse card reaches to our blue box, or the PC on the nurse station reaches to our blue bar, the blue bar can send in the information to the little PC to notify some of the patient make the nurse call. Here, in the nurse station, the PC can also see from the monitor, can see which room make the nurse call and what kind of the nurse call is making. This is two devices. This is a console phone with the handset and the speaker. He can talk with the patient. And with the DK6 DSS console, here have the 60 button. Each button represents one bed. You can from this device to immediately understand which room makes the nurse call, which bed makes the nurse call. If the customer needs some precisely information, not only the LED indication, then they should install our IP3980 from this screen and this external monitor to attach to our IP3980 can see a more clear information about the nurse call from the patient room. So that is about our nurse call system. Now I'm going to describe some more detail about some individual function. What is the Transtel nurse call system? The Transtel nurse call system is a communication platform that offers the following feature: allow the patient to make the nurse call easily, and also allow the nurse to receive the call easily, and can monitor the nurse call status. We have two kinds of nurse call status we can monitor: by queuing list or by event map. Later on, we will be described more detail about this. How does the patient make a call? They can use the pull call, this talking device, or they can use the pull call or the bathroom. You see, this is a special design. It means that when the pulling force over some of the forces, this will break. Of course, after that you can attach together, but it is for safe feature. How does the patient make an emergency call? Usually the nurse is busy. For example, if you only press the call to the nurse, probably too busy. He cannot recognize it if there's many patient make the call. But with this panel, press this button over here, emergency. So you can initiate a priority call that allows nurse to be notified that an emergency need to be addressed immediately. So this is how the emergency call function for. How does a nurse receive the call from patient? We had A, B, C, D, E, F, G. This is totally 7 devices can receive the call from the patient. The first one is the console phone of the nurse call, this one. Ringing, when the patient makes a call, he can pick out the handset, answer, and talking with the patient. LCD display can show the message, which room, what kind of call is coming from the patient. The LED button, 30 button of the LED indication can tell which room makes the nurse call. Then, if the patient bed more than 30 is monitored by the nurse station, then they should install this we call the DK6 DSS console. You can show the call status of each bed by the LED indication, totally 6 buttons. So, and also the nurse can press this button, can directly call the patient directly. How does the nurse receive the call from the patient? It's another two-way. This is a mobile way. You can use a DAC phone with the mobile capability, offer the nurse call message to the DAC message phone, or smartphone with a mobile capability. of course, you have to install some software, app at the smartphone. You can receive the call from the patient. How does the nurse receive the call from patient? Through we call the nurse card. So the nurse card will pop out this information. You can see which room, make what kind of call, or the bed number, the time making the call, and the state of the answer or calling. The reason still here is show the answer is that it's answer, but you have to go to the patient and offer the service and press the cancel button. Then this record will be disappear. Otherwise, this record will be stay there. So we call the queuing list, queuing the status over the screen. Let the nurse understand, you still have these 4 nurse call. You have to go to the patient room to offer the service, and after that, press the cancel button. How does the nurse receive the call from the patient? This is another way. Then some customer needs some floor mat, and floor mat will be show each bed's situation. For example, this is a room 5B22, only 1 bed. This is a 5B27, 2 bed in 1 room. 5B05, they have 3 patient bed in the 1 patient room. This is a state that we're going to show. For example, this is room 107. The patient just makes the patient call this place. And this is also another called the queuing list to indicate not only the map, but also indicate still some other nurse call you have. Just like the pop-out screen, we just show previous screen to mention you. There are some nurse call, still nobody go there to offer the service, and after that, cancel that service. How does the nurse receive the call from the patient? If you need some detailed information, you can use our IP3980. This is IP3980, and you can use external through the HDMI, the bigger monitor to see the status about each room. This is extra device to show the nurse call message. One is very common. People install the LED display panel at the corridor. So this is a public message, so the nurse can see it and go immediately to the patient room to offer the service. This is the corridor light at the outside of the patient room, indicate which room initiate the nurse call, and different LED color and flashing for different kind of nurse call. The nurse call reminder, this is our special. You can generate the beat tone. If any unattended nurse call is this will continue beat, especially in the cafe area. Usually the nurse take a rest over there. So this remind that, say that, still some of the nurse call is answer or not answer, or is answer but nobody go there to offer the service and cancel the button. If that is the case, this reminder will be generated beat to remind the nurse there are some unattended nurse call is existing. Okay, this is calling device for the nurse at the patient room. This is start call at the patient room. The nurse press the button to add his or her colleague's help. Sometimes the nurse goes in the patient room, but he needs some help. He cannot run away, but he asks someone to come to help. So how he do that? He press this button. So sometimes there's a stop call even have a higher priority in their internal training for the nurse to say that when the people make the stop call, it means that calling from our staff, we have to go there to give the help. Then this is a nurse present. The nurse present at patient room is to indicate where the doctor is, so the nurse can find the doctor immediately. This is one of the feature or function for the nurse present. Another function for this panel is work as a doctor patrol record. When the doctor visits the patient room, he presses this button to indicate that I'm here. And when the doctor offers the service and leaves the patient room, he presses this button again. So it means that he leaves the patient room. And when he presses the button, let's go here, the corridor light outside the patient room will be making the blue color indication to show the doctor here. So when the nurse wants to find the doctor, where's the doctor? He can, through some other information in our PC on the console phone, he can see that. And also, the people just see from the corridor light outside the patient room, he can exactly know where the doctor is. So also this is for emergency case, so I have to quickly find where the doctor is. So that's the reason we designed this for the nurse call system. This is automatic make the nurse call. Bad word. So this is a interface. But of course you have to install bad word. So the bad word detector pad is placed under the patient bed. When the word at some point it makes the bad word nurse call automatically. And also for the bed exit. If the patient leaves the bed, so we have to notify the nurse. For example, if some of the patient lost their memory or lost their consciousness, so we have to notify the nurse that the patient just wake up and leave the bed. So the weight sensor is placed under the patient bed. When the value is less than some point, it will make the bed exit nurse call automatic to notify the nurse. Or call drop. Not only the connected drop here, and also the patient call drop. Call is drop. That situation, so if the call is detached from the panel, it will make the nurse call automatic. So this is 3 situations we can make the nurse call automatically. If the patient argue response performance, our blue box nurse call system can provide the following record, like this one. When the patient makes the call time. When the nurse receives the call, there's an answer time. When the nurse visits the patient to provide his or her service, there's a cancel time. From here, you can setting the period, starting time, end time. So, for example, the day shift, the afternoon shift, and night shift. The supervisor can also see the performance by here. Oh, they have total 46 nurse call during this period, and average of the answer time is 17 seconds. The average of cancel time is means that when the nurse receives the call and go to the patient room to make the service, average is 2 minutes 38 seconds. So from this simple calculation, automatic, the supervisor of the nurse can immediately understand how many nurse calls during that period, and what about their response, the performance from this kind of report. So, as a summary, what are the outstanding features of our Transtel nurse call? I just make a summary. First, we have the DK-NCT2. It's hands-free talking. Call over here, the speaker, the microphone here. The patient can talk directly with the nurse. The DK621, there's a message and room status. They can answer the call and talking with the patient. The DK6DSS, they provide the 60 room status here. You can call the patient, just press the button, they can talk and understand the status about each room. Smartphone and the desk phone offer the mobility for the nurse. The nurse can go and make the service, and he can receive the nurse call. When any of the patient make the nurse call, he can immediately talk with the patient through his smartphone or through his desk phone. The corridor light installed outside the patient room, and also can see the nurse call status about the room. So people can see the light flashing. No matter what kind of situation, the nurse can go to offer the service. So this is one of the functions for the corridor light installed outside the patient room. Corridor LED display panel is very common. Almost every hospital installs this one. So all the nurse can, through this panel, he can immediately offer the service. Then the nurse card is our special. We can pop out the queuing list information from this screen, just like here, similar like this one. So nurse can understand which room makes the call and how about the state is it answering or calling. It disappear, it's no need to care. So only some of the nurse call need to be cared will be shown here. So we categorize this kind of the queuing list put on here. Monitor, if people need some detailed information about where the not only the number of the room, but where the room is, what kind of the nurse status. We can use some icon, bed icon and the status icon to show on the floor map at the nurse station. The reminder, so we will generate the beep to make sure no mishandled nurse call. Any unattended nurse call is still existent. The reminder will be continuing beep to mention that still some nurse call need to be handled. Search and report, detailed tracking. For example, the patient argue the nurse is coming so slow. So they argue that. So we can tracking the data and kindly explain to the patient to say, no, we are go to your place very efficient. You see, this is you make the call, then we answer the call, and this is time to go there and offer the service. That sort of thing. Then the final one is our nurse call is integrated with the access system, because all the nurse station, they have some special room. For example, medicine, or some of the only the staff can access. They use access control, access device outside the room. To only the people have the access right can access. So this is very common, but the only one. So even very small one on 1 room, 2 room, you need another access control system. It's very expensive. So that's why we integrated with our access system together with our nurse call. So we provide very efficient and economic way to offer the total solution for the nurse station. Thank you. You can reach us by following the internet. Thank you. Have a good day.